going on, man? This Big Rob, the boss. You know, fresh in the game. Definitely coming though. Definitely.
So how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing fine, man.
So what you got going on?
You know, right now I'm working on a couple of things, trying to get some things going. You know what I'm saying? Want to definitely get this album out.
So what's the album called?
It's gonna be called Decisions.
Okay. And what's the single you got for it? You got a single already made yet or no?
I got the single Candy out. You know, that's on there.
Video out now.
Video out right now. You know, it's a banger. Also, That Money. You know what I'm saying? That's another one off of Decisions.
Banger. You know what I'm saying?
Banger. You know, and Ride or Die. That's another one off of Decisions. You know, it's three good singles out and popping right now, and more coming. Best believe it. More is definitely coming.
So, where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You know, I was born in Baton Rouge, moved, of course, to the Mill. You know, I claim both the Mill and Baton Rouge because half of my life was spent in both spaces. But I moved here when I was 4. You know, then unfortunately my mom's passed when I was 12, so I moved back down to Baton Rouge and grew up the rest of the way down there.
So did you do any music when you were down there? Or you seen people who were doing music when you were down in Baton Rouge?
Yes, sir. You know, C-Lo was big down there. You know, of course, Lil Boosie was up and coming. I was playing ball back then. You know, but he was one of the young cats that was making noise in the inner city before he blew up like he did. You know, that was my high school days back in 95, 90. You know.
But you went to high school out here though?
I went to high school in Louisiana. I went to elementary in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yep.
So what was it like? What was it like compared to the living in the two places, Louisiana compared to Wisconsin?
Man, you know,
it has to be pretty different.
Way different. It's cold here. You know, way cold here. You know what I'm saying? And the people is, you know, everywhere you go, people is a certain way, but they, you know, it's different in both areas. You know, down south is, you know, it's wholesome, you know, southern, you know, that southern swag. You know, up here, of course, up north, you know, it's different, you know. But, you know, I have family in both. I have family rooted in Louisiana and family rooted here in Milwaukee, so I got the best of both worlds, you know, the way I say it.
So when you were down there, that's when like a lot of like the mixtapes and shit were popping.
Yeah. That's when
DJ Screw and shit.
Yeah, Hot Boys hit the scene. You know, that was back in my high school days.
3-6 Mafia and
you know,
stuff
3-6,
like that.
You know, yeah. It was definitely popping down there in the South when, you know, No Limit started their little uprise. You know, Cash Money came. You had 3-6. They was collab in the South. Period. You know, it was real fun, real joyful back then. You know what I'm saying?
So it's probably like a big shock compared to seeing how the Midwest is. There's not like a lot of unity and like that unless you're in like Chicago or like recently Detroit, where people really come together. It has to be kind of shitty to see that.
Yeah, that was real tough. You know what I mean? You always say, like a lot has always been said, you got to step outside of Milwaukee because, you know, Milwaukee or the Mill, they don't have your back as far as artistry. You know, hopefully we change a lot of that, but you know, everybody can follow who they follow.
See, I feel you're wrong, but you're 100% right. Like in the music shit, you're right. But like in Milwaukee, some other aspects people are popping and we get behind them. But it's like, we really don't get behind one artist or even like a small group of artists.
True.
And that's weird to me.
True.
It's just like compared to everywhere else where they got a solid top 5 and that's who they're pushing. We don't got that. We got a million different top 5s. And some of them don't even deserve to be on the top 5.
Exactly.
Like some of them don't even be working. It's just like that's their cousin or some shit. And it's just like, which ain't nothing wrong with that, but you're wrong for putting them on the top 5. You're not wrong for showing your cousin love. You're wrong for putting them on the top 5 when they don't deserve to be there.
True that.
But like, yeah, man, Milwaukee's a great city and shit though. But like, yeah, the music scene, It needs just a little bit more love to come together, and it's really gonna pop something big.
Yeah. All it takes is, man, a couple of people to back each other. You know what I mean? Like you said, in Milwaukee, you know, a lot of artists that should be popping ain't popping. You know what I mean? Even if it's off your own opinion, you know, but you hear a lot of music. Some music should be popping. It's not getting that ear because you know that other music. You know, people in the background pushing it.
So, are you in tune with the local music out in Louisiana at all?
Yeah, you know, I still dive in and listen.
So, is there anyone back home you'd want to work with?
Man, I definitely would love to work with Boosie. You know, I love to work with NBA. You know, he got a nice sound. Them two definitely. You know, really diving into the little local scene. I got a couple of cats that I was messing with back then. You know, they starting to do a little things in the music. You know, so I wanted to check out them. You know, health, power, and fitness. You know, Leon Villes. You know, Robert Davis. You know, they doing some moves. Earl, they making some moves in the music industry now. So I wouldn't mess with. Definitely would love to do some music with them. Just not even just because we was homies. Always been homies since we was younger, but it's just an avenue that we never actually tapped into when we was around each other.
Well, I feel that. So now everyone's grinding, but everyone's separated. So it's like, nah, let's make these moves together, kind of thing. So, how's your life changed since COVID? I know you ain't doing no shows like that. There really isn't any shows popping in Milwaukee yet.
Man, it definitely hit me hard, you know, because I was just starting to get out there and make a name for myself, starting to do shows, getting on a little bit. So, you know, when COVID hit, a lot of shows that I had up and coming got canceled. So, you know, I really ain't been able to do the promoting like I normally do, you know, let people hear me, hear some of the things, you know, only getting pushed by the fans that I done made before COVID hit. You know, I ain't been able to get that extra crowd, that new crowd pushed in lately, but it's definitely coming. Slowly but surely, but it's gonna come. Best believe it.
So let's talk about a single off your last project, Soul Street. So you got a song with Cuckoo.
Yes, sir.
Do you think we're ever gonna shoot the video for it?
Man, I asked myself the same question, man. I've been reaching out to Cuckoo, you know, trying to get this video done for a minute now.
For a minute now,
you know, and that's definitely a video I still want to get done. You know, it's crazy that I done went through avenues of thinking of trying to do a cartoon video, but you know, to me, it ain't nothing like that live action. You know what I mean?
They actually get the meal out in the city.
Yeah, you know, put the meal out there for everybody to see even more. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely one of the artists that actually put, you know, Milwaukee out there.
Most definitely.
So definitely shout out to Cuckoo, and I definitely want to get that done. So please believe it, I'm still reaching out, trying to make it happen.
All right. So if anyone ever heard your music, it's a little different.
Yeah, you can say that. Definitely.
So what inspires the storytelling in your music?
Life, man. In my music, if you listen, it ain't no way something that I say in my music or a thought that I drop in my music that you can't relate to. No matter who you is, everybody, when you listen to my song or listen to my music, you can always say, well, wow, you know, that's crazy. Something like that happened to me before. Or, you know, I done seen that happen before. It's definitely facts in that, you know. If you can relate, it's definitely the best music to put out there.
So are you trying to like relate to everybody in a sense, or are you just kind of whatever comes to mind, you're just gonna try to put it out there?
Man, you know, I'm just telling the story, telling what needs to be told. You know what I mean? So definitely, if I can touch everybody, that's a plus. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna get it out there for everybody to hear. You know, cause it's a lot of stuff that need to be said or need to be heard. And it's a lot of that missing through music today.
All right, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit. You pay attention to NBA at all?
Yes, sir.
So you're aware that the Lakers won the finals.
Yes, I am.
So I have asked this question a few times through the past interviews. I took a little break, you know, your boy was on vacation and shit.
Yes, sir.
And we all thought the Bucks were gonna win coming from Milwaukee, and they didn't, which, you know, that shit happens. But the Lakers, you feel like it was meant for LeBron to get this ring? Like, you feel like it was rigged, or it was like... Because I hear a lot of different talks where it's just like LeBron was going to get it regardless. But then I hear some talks where it's like the NBA made sure LeBron got it for Kobe kind of thing. And I just want to see what you think and feel like they deserve it, or who you wanted to see win it.
Well, you know, I definitely think that it was definitely set up a little bit. You know, if you really pay attention to sports and pay attention to basketball, the road that led to, you know, LeBron getting his 4th ring out of 10 tries, you know, definitely was set that way. Because if you think about it, what everybody wanted to see was the Lakers against the Clippers. That was definitely going to be the NBA Finals of the year without being a championship, and that didn't happen. You know, the total collapse, it just didn't seem the same. You know, and then it all played out to where the team he didn't beat, the hardest team it took him to beat, which was Boston, before he went to Miami. Them two teams played in the conference finals. And then it all of a sudden ended up that he played against the team that he won his first title against. You know, don't get me wrong though, Miami they definitely was beasting through the playoffs.
They beat us.
Yeah,
so.
You know. And the one aspect that you really didn't see in the finals from Miami was their defense. You know, they breezed through the playoffs, or they did what they did off of defense alone. You know, they made shots, but it was their defense. And then you could see, you know, it was some games they played D, some games they didn't.
True. The last game they ain't played no defense.
You know,
I checked at one point, they were up like 30.
Man,
like, oh,
easy
LeBron
though.
Going home. No, he said he tired.
Easy
he tired
though.
of y'all shit.
Yeah.
And he getting his ring.
Yeah, Bron did his thing though.
Most definitely. So what do you think the Bucks need to get done in order to win a championship next year?
They need another superstar.
You think so?
It
Middleton is not a superstar enough?
I think Middleton is a superstar, but he isn't that closer that Milwaukee needs to complement Giannis. You know,
that's true. He didn't show up.
He didn't show up. He
showed key moments either. He didn't show up.
You know, it just so turned out he showed up in the one game to keep from getting eliminated, swept. But you know, but if you think about it though, if you really think about it, I believe back in the day, Butler wanted to come here and they didn't want to trade Middleton for him.
That could have been that'd have been crazy.
Butler and Giannis together,
Yeah.
you know,
So David Robinson, Tim Duncan shit, but they can kind of shoot threes.
They kind of went past it because they wanted to keep Middleton, man. And it showed in the playoffs that he's not the closer y'all need.
No.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
the defense.
Or the defense y'all
He's really
need.
inconsistent.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sad year for the Bucks, but fuck it, that's a COVID title. We'll let them win the COVID title.
Right.
You pay attention to football at all?
Yes, sir.
So the Packers are undefeated, right?
Yes, they are.
So is it too early to say we winning it all?
Yeah. It's too early to say. And the reason, and don't get me wrong, Aaron is playing some ball, man.
He is.
I haven't seen Aaron play this well since y'all actually won the Super Bowl.
And I don't remember us having a running game.
Right. So the good
Since the Super Bowl.
And he's throwing he looking a little Brady-ish, man. Not to compare him, but he's making no name receivers come out of nowhere all of a sudden.
I feel he done that. Like I feel like him and Favre did that their damn near whole career.
Their whole career.
Because a lot of receivers leave,
yeah,
and they don't put up the same stats.
Right.
And it's just like it can't all be Rodgers, but you know.
But you always get that one stud. You know what I'm saying? Like you had Driver. You know, back with Favre, you had Sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you always get that one stud.
I don't know, man. I'm hoping the Packers get it this year. That'd be good for the city.
Hey,
it'd be good for the state. You know, Green Bay's a little far, but like we still partying down here too.
Yeah, it'd be great for the state, man. And they look good. You know what I'm saying? Their defense has always been a problem, but they looking a little better. But it's a lot of monsters in the NFC, man. You know,
True.
It's gonna be very exciting this year, especially seeing Aaron Rodgers play the ball he playing. Because you know, really, a couple of Aaron Rodgers' worst games is some career games for some of these quarterbacks in the league. You know.
Yeah, you gotta realize though he's probably top 10 all time.
Yeah. So
he got stats. Like he plays.
They definitely looking good, man. You know what I mean? But it's a couple of teams that's now. This Sunday is the game I want to see.
Who's the Sunday?
Green Bay against Tampa.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So this is definitely gonna let us know who the monsters is.
Well, Brady's not having that great of a year though.
Exactly.
So he's on his decline.
But their defense is definitely playing great.
That's true. That's facts.
Yeah. So if you can get up in there and definitely make them. Because, you know, just think about it. Y'all already got New Orleans, man.
True.
So, you know, and to be honest, them the two teams that I see is going to be a tough win in the playoffs. I think they both going to make it. You know, and of course, it's always going to be tough for Chicago.
I don't know about that.
It's just something. I just think the defense is you know.
I mean, Chicago's always a tough matchup for the Packers.
Yeah,
but
tough matchup.
I don't know.
Of course, I think y'all gonna come out with the win because Chicago ain't got no quarterback.
That's true.
The defense is what's going. What if the Packers can move the ball on Chicago's defense, then of course it's gonna be a walk. But like you said, it's a running game this year.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
That's a whole different ball game. If you can't drop back all the time and protect the pass, you got to step up because it's a running threat. Aaron gonna kill you.
Facts. Someone's gonna be open downfield.
Yeah, Aaron gonna kill you.
Easy money every time.
He's definitely gonna kill you. So it's a couple of matchups I like to see. Not just because of the people that's playing, because of the rivalry. That's a reason why I brought up Chicago. That's always been
every year is gonna be a good match.
That always be monster games for the Packers. You know what I mean?
All right. Last but not least, where can we find you at? Where's all your links? Where's your social medias? Man,
you can find me on Facebook, of course, Big Rob the Boss. You know, Instagram under Big Rob G. What's funny? You can find me on TikTok. You know, Big Rob G. You know, just type up Big Rob the Boss, BIGG, Rob DA Boss, and I'll pop up. Best believe I'll pop up.
And any last thoughts? Anything you want to tell the people?
Man, anything. The one thing I want everybody out here to realize, man, is we gotta, as a people, man, we gotta keep living. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though what's going on, there's a lot going on. And on top of the pandemic, you know, it's a lot of people out here murdering each other, man. We need to live, come together, you know, get some little peace. Let's get over this COVID stuff. Let's finish this before we start attacking each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's just live together, man. Everybody gonna eat out here. We all eat.
I feel you on that, most definitely. But it's been good talking to you, my brother. Much love.
Yes, sir. Y'all.